Good morning. It is super early. I think it's about 7 a.m., but I've been out since about 5 a.m. running around, grabbing gear because I kept forgetting things. Like I forgot the little cord that hooks my mic system to my camera, pain in the butt. So I had to leave the lake that I'm at and drive all the way back to my camper and grab that. Anyways, I'm back here this morning. I am out at the lake. I need to film, I need to get some content, but I am tired as heck. And I don't just mean like sleepy tired. I'm tired of fires, I'm tired of COVID, I'm tired of everything. I am feeling a little bummed today. Actually, not bummed. I'm just whatever. I'm feeling nutty. Honestly, I feel like I'm going crazy. This is insane what is happening. Do you know where I want to be right now? The only place I want to be is in Australia, in bed with Ben. He just went to sleep because that's what time it is there. And as you can see, I'm sleepy and I want to be there sleeping with him. Anyways, I'm not in Australia, I'm in Canada, and I'm going to film today and I'm going to shoot today. I'm going to try and create something. The forest fire smoke here is wild. It is getting so bad. It's not getting better. The situation is escalating. The smoke is super thick, but I'm still going to try and shoot because I do want to see what I can actually create in this sort of atmosphere. There is probably a million places better that I could have done this. I'm currently at a lake that is a little bit choppy. I could have picked one where the water was a bit more calm, but this one has more boats on it, so I noticed that the waves are picking up. Anyways, so my background that I have is obscured in smoke, but you can sort of see an outline of this little island that will be in my background. It's called Copper Island. So I'm hoping that through like the smoke and then a self-portrait in the lake, I'm hoping that that is interesting enough to kind of cut through what the actual scene is. I think it's a really good idea to do the self-portrait because that's going to add interest into the photo, and I'm going to wear the yellow dress because I think yellow goes well with really any color combination. It's pretty gray right now. There's nothing really going on, but I think that the yellow will really contrast well against the scene. And I'm going to do a long exposure to smooth out the water, of course, and there's definitely going to be no movement in the sky because it's just filled with smoke, but it could create kind of like this sort of dreamy atmosphere. Might be able to get a really cool shot out of these kind of blah conditions. So I guess that's what this video is about, shooting in blah, disastrous conditions, forest fire smoke, and trying to create something captivating. This is definitely going to be a shorter vlog because again, I'm tired. So I'm just going to jump right into shooting now, and I want to explain my process step by step, how I visualize it. So anyways, I'm going to get changed and get all set up. Hi, it's me. So this is the scene right behind me. I've got my tripod. I'm gonna get all set up with my composition right now. I have some obstacles that I'm gonna have to Photoshop out of the way. As you can see, there's a dock. That's a dock there, and there's a few more boats on the other end. So a few things I'll have to Photoshop out, but that's not a problem. I just had to make sure that I do not have my body anywhere near the things that I am going to Photoshop out. So I gotta position this composition and set it all up so it looks good and all the distractions are taken care of and I don't have a huge mess of cleanup to do in Photoshop. So I am all mic'd up. I'm actually gonna take my mic in there with me so I can explain what I'm doing when I'm in the water. Got my app is up. This is what I'm gonna use for my self-portrait to help me pose. I think to add more interest into this shot, I'm going to face the camera. We'll see what happens. The slit on this dress is pretty high, so as long as it doesn't show anything, then we're good to go. Anyways, I'm gonna get into the water now and hopefully create something that is worthy at looking at. So the goal of this portrait, I'm realizing now as I'm walking out, can see myself in the screen. I'm gonna have to go out pretty far to make sure that my head stays below the horizon. So I'm already up to my knees. I don't have pants on, so that's okay. Just my flip-flops and my dress, but my dress can get wet. I think that's pretty good. Okay, I guess what I'm trying to avoid is I don't want the I don't want my head to cut in with the boats or the little docks that are out there. I'm going to Photoshop those out. I'm also going to Photoshop out a bit of the land over here. It's just the way that my camera is positioned and the water level right now, and just where I decided to shoot from. I could have shot and eliminated that, but anyways, we're leaving it like that. So the water is pretty choppy. Let me turn around. It's cold. The water is pretty choppy. I'm going to have to do a long exposure to smooth out the water. But for myself, I'm going to shoot it at f11. I'm going to focus on my body, shoot it at f11. The only tricky thing is going to be, where am I going to put my phone? I'm going to have to put it to the side, I think. Maybe Photoshop it out a little bit. I have hair ties on, which I shouldn't have on. And I'm going to adjust my dress. So we're really going to go with that. I'm obviously the main subject here. So we want that to look good. So I'm going to not alter my dress. I'm going to fix my dress, fix my hair, make it so it really stands out. I find that if I pull the dress off the shoulders, it shows body shape, and it's not to look saucy or anything like that. It is simply just to add like a nice shape to the image, a nice shape to the dress, so that I just don't look like a giant blob. It adds way more definition. That's my tip when you're working with clothing. Make sure that you can see the body. See the shape of the body. It looks really good in photos. Okay, I am going to have to Photoshop out the mic. It's sticking up on my shirt, but that's okay. Not a problem there. All right, looking pretty good. I'm pretty far in the water. I don't like what it's doing to the dress here, how it's making it kind of billow out, but that might kind of look good in a self-portrait. You never know. I'm just gonna have to find a place to put my phone. I wish this dress had a pocket, but it doesn't. I might have to put it behind my back somehow. Anyways, I'm going to start taking some shots. I'm shooting this at f8 or at f11. I have to check because I can change the settings on here. I'm going to just enough to have a fast shutter speed so that I am sharp. You can see all the details of me. I'm not out of focus or blurred because of a slow shutter speed. And then I will hop out of the water and I will take the long exposure portion. Looking good. I'm going to take a few images. I'm going to put on this self timer that I find that's also helpful. Then I have time to hide the phone. I usually put on the 2-second self timer. Okay, pose is all right. I like how the dress actually kind of goes out like this way. I think I'm gonna look towards the light or something to make sure you can see my shape, or look up or something. I think that just looks a little bit better. And I'm also going to stick out the leg where the slit is so you can see more of my leg. I think that will also look better. It's all trial and error. Just move around, pose, see what you can come up with. Oh, it actually looks pretty good. I'm liking it so far. Not bad, not bad. I like the shape of my body. This dress is getting a little tight though. Little bit tight on the chest here. You can see the mic, it's sticking out. Okay, I'm gonna take another one. I'm gonna look up a little bit more so you can see more of my face. Perfect. I could always try and put the phone, because I kind of have to put my phone or my hand behind my back for this, but I don't know if that's gonna look funny. If I just kind of maybe hold it down more. If I hold a bit of the dress, I can have the dress cover it a little bit as well. Couple ways how to do this. Okay, coming out, and now I come to check the results. And then I go back in the water and do it all over again. That's just how this works. The life of self-portrait. Is the final image from this shoot. So this whole shoot actually ended up being one of my favorites that I've filmed and that I've photographed, which is really interesting because while I was doing it, I was totally not into it. I'm really tired, as I had said in the video. But now this ended up being one of my favorite shoots. I'm pretty pleased with how this image turned out. Obviously, if I could have it my way, there would be no forest fire smoke and that would have been like a beautiful sunrise. But I think it tells the story of what's happening in my area. I cannot believe that that is all smoke. I'm really happy with the pose and how this turned out. That is probably my favorite part of the image, and I think what really makes this image stand out, since the rest of it is kind of boring, a little mysterious, but boring. I think the shape of that dress, how the fabric flows, is pretty much the best part of this image. When I was blending it, I did like a half long exposure, half just like from the still shot, so it really is like a hand painted blend. I wanted to have a slight amount of ripples in the water, or just to look like there was some sort of movement, because it does, I am actually walking in this shot, so it really just, actually have never done anything like this before with blending the water like that. So I think it looks pretty cool. I think it looks really, really dreamy and mysterious, and again, I love the dress in this shot, and I love the colors, how the yellow goes with the blue of the smoke. Anyways, I'm going to share some more images from the fires with you guys. It is pretty devastating what is happening here, but hopefully we get out of this soon, and hopefully we get out of COVID soon as well. Please subscribe if you like this video. It is helping me out. I am growing this and everything is wonderful. And please like this video as well. It helps me bust through the algorithm. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!